Hello, hi, welcome on in. We are here for session 86 of the Deviants Dorks campaign. I hope you're all having a good week. We're gonna be hopping in with the players right away.
Oh,
Hello,
God, my mouth hurts so bad.
Hi.
hello, hi, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
It's going.
Doing good. Welcome on into session 86 of the Deviants Dorks campaign. Um, how y'all doing? Is there anything you guys want to shout out? Any projects, upcoming streams, stuff you're working on?
Not for me.
Mhm. Anybody?
I have a job soon, maybe, potentially, possibly. Who knows? Not me. I sure don't.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah.
I'm actually kind of gonna announce the opposite. I might be taking a break from streaming for like 1 or 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm. All good. Anyone else?
Nope, nothing exciting happening.
I need to get back into streaming, but I also need to not drop out of uni.
Yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one thing to say before I have to mute for most of the session. Olive, how you so pretty?
That's gay.
We're all
Next.
gay,
If I could
Olive.
say slurs on twitch.tv, I would.
Please, not on my channel. Get yourself banned, not me.
Mirren is scared of my iced
LOL.
coffee.
Oh my god.
Oh, Mirren's scared of your eye. That's actually
I
kind
don't
of
know. I don't know what that
funny.
was all about.
Oh,
She bounded away from me.
oh my god. Anyways. I think without further ado, we'll pick up from where we ended last time. You all spent some downtime hanging out in Arctis before getting summoned by the Queen. You were summoned for a conversation that you were expecting with Queen Quintonville Arctis and the King Weston July Arctis. And while you arrived in the large circular chamber with the multiple seats, the 9 seats around, all facing inward, only 3 of the 9 chairs are occupied. First, you recognized Queen Quinton, who you've had a few conversations with, and you've helped deal with a magical odd job. Then you also noticed the king, this older, in her mid-50s almost, woman with this long black hair, just perfectly done straight, draping over her shoulders. She is dressed simply in nice clothes, but simple attire. And then you also notice the third seat, Archduke Tiran Nonu Arctis, the larger than average pale skin Asimar with the large gossamer wings and white, almost like Roman toga type attire, with accents of white and gold. All 3 of them look on you, and the king speaks. Welcome. The Queen has told me that you all requested a conversation. There is... What did you say? And you see she looks over at the Queen. A living being in the possession of one of the royal family members?
Yes. This is something I personally have been aware of for a while. When I had initially learned this information years ago, I was in no position to bring it here to you or and my relationship with the one who has it in the collection is rocky at best. Cleo says, with him right there.
You see, the Archduke is maintaining eye contact every single time you look over, and just has a big grin on his face.
But it is my opinion that the creature which is potentially the person which is potentially believed to either be dead or not a person at all is in fact alive.
The king speaks up. You seem very indecisive. Is it a creature? Is it a person? Is it alive? Is it dead? If you are so sure, why do you speak so indecisively?
It is. I am so sure, but it is. I am sure in what I know. I am unsure in what you or the other members of the royal family may believe regarding the individual's species.
Let's see. They all look upon each other for a minute, and the queen speaks up. From what you have told me, it is within the collection of the Archduke, hence why we have brought them here today. And you see the Archduke, like, eyes widen a bit, not privy to this information, and they look to the queen and then look to you all and like, oh, you say I have a person in my collection.
Yes, I do say. I say with quite a bit of certainty that you do.
I mean, I would think I would be aware of my own collection and what I have inside of it. Wouldn't you? Friend?
Cleo like cringes at that. And is like, I believe that you think you know what's in your collection. I am not entirely sure that you do, but part of me thinks you do know.
Are you here questioning my intelligence here in this?
No, I am not questioning your intelligence. I am simply saying that this is not necessarily something that most would notice.
And what of the rest of you? What do you all think?
Does anybody have any leverage?
Honest, would you like me to be with this? Because I can give you an answer that may placate your own feelings, or I could give you what I truly, personally believe.
The king raises a hand and speaks up. Honesty is appreciated in these halls. I have a feeling the more honest you are, the more we can do to help.
From my understanding of the peoples of this continent's beliefs are quite lackluster when it comes to beings that may not fit your belief of being alive. Especially considering historical events.
You all seem to be dodging around the subject. Speak. What is this person? Who is this person?
This person I only know in their history as a folk hero. I never met, but I really wish I had. They are formerly believed to be a human who donned armor, full plate armor at all times, and what is there is believed to be that armor, or at least it is labeled as such. This person was not human at all. They were warforged.
You are speaking about Valius.
Yes.
And the king looks to the Archduke. What do you know about this? And you see the Archduke lock eyes with the king and just says, I have held the armor of Valius for quite a while. It has been part of my personal collection. I bought it off of a good friend of mine a couple 100 years ago. And it is quite just that armor. It has never once moved, spoken, said anything, or done anything that suggests any sort of sentience. It has been hundreds of years.
Cleo takes a step forward and is, if I may speak again.
You see the Archduke looks like he wants to say something, but the king shoots him a glance and he holds his mouth shut. And the king holds a hand up to you.
I, personally, am not made of flesh and blood. And I have been in a state similar to what Valius is in which to an outsider, to someone who did not understand, did not know what I was, or had no knowledge of myself and those like me, would assume that I was a statue, and I spent thousands of years like that. I was in some ways aware and others not. I was incapable of moving. I did not appear to be alive as I was. And this is the state that Valius is currently in, a sort of stasis, unable to move, unable to be, but alive. And even if over this time, since I last saw, that even if they had died, their corpse does not belong on display.
The queen pipes up, and he says, "If what you say is true, how would you suggest we fix the situation? Are you saying that you guarantee no way to reawaken this Valius?"
I have not had. I am very intimately aware of the way Warforged function. I have not personally examined Valius in a way in which I would be able to see exactly what is causing this. I have simply observed Valius outside of the case in which they are held. I am intentionally, so Valius's pronouns are he, they, it. Mostly uses its pronouns. I'm, as Cleo, is avoiding using its pronouns to not refer to Valius in that way because they feel like it might affect how others see Valius, but Valius does use its pronouns, by the way. I have observed Valius inside the case in which they are currently displayed. Unless, once again, that has changed since last time I was here. And just from that, I know that Valius is both a Warforged and alive.
The queen looks like she's about to say. The queen looks like he's about to say something when the king cuts him off and instead says, "If this figure Valius truly is alive and has chosen a mode of stasis, where do you get the confidence to say that Valius wants to live?"
If Valius didn't want to live, Valius would not be in a stasis. Valius would have killed themselves. If I did not want to live, I would have died a stone statue.
See, she looks down at you and you experience a cold, piercing glare. It's almost like she is reading you like a book.
Mm-hmm.
Two piercing, icy blue eyes judge you and read you up and down without showing a hint of emotion on her face.
Mm-hmm.
I will allow you to investigate the body with all of us present. If Valius wakes up, then they are alive and they are free to go. If they choose not to, then they will be assumed dead. And people, it is not against culture here to display dead bodies in collections.
Ew.
It is not my thing. But if I were to ban that, there would be other of the royal family who would make a fuss.
I appreciate you allowing us to do this. And I understand that it is, in some places, even common practice to display the dead in a manner. But it is understood that those of you who keep the dead within your collections know them to be and label them to be the dead that they are and honor them as such. If Valius is dead now, all I ask is that Valius is given the respect that is deserved of a hero such as themselves.
The king looks at you and nods and says, I believe that can be done. Now, Archduke, I'm going to have to ask you to leave for a moment. We will come and fetch you when we are ready. And you see the Archduke kind of like looks at the king slightly offended, but then like without saying anything, just stands up and walks out, closing the door behind. And before the Archduke left, the door to this chamber was open still. Now the door is closed.
Mm-hmm.
And the king looks at you all. Before we go on to that business, I would like to officially welcome you all to Arctis. He looks to you, Damien. Damien, I am aware of you. You...
Ominous.
This is the king, right?
This is the king.
Okay.
You do not... I am more speaking to their group than you.
Understandable. I'm mostly only here because a friend asked me to be.
Moon Wizard, it is an honor to have you in our halls.
I give a small bow.
And to you four. How did you... Did you enjoy your little romp in my personal chamber?
We apologize for that. That was not intentional.
No, in fact, it was very, very stressful. I did not mean for that to happen, I swear.
And the kidnapping of my pet? And you see the cat is standing on the shoulders of the king.
Kidnapping is a strong word.
That is
There was
only
lot
like
of,
20% of what happened.
a lot of things happened in that short time.
Listen, in my defense, I have not been here in like hundreds of years. So I was
Yeah, and
not expecting that whole fiasco to happen.
I'm sorry, you're the one who forgot that the magic circle opened up in the king's room.
Yes, how is
I-
that something you'll forget?
I'm an old fucking fart, okay?
Well, I've done some stupid things.
Listen, it's like when you place some keys down on a dresser and all of a like you turn around for 5 seconds and all of a sudden they're gone and you have no idea where they are. It's kind of like that. Anyways, long story short, it was not entirely my fault. Well, it was my fault, but it wasn't entirely my fault. It was like 8 out of 10 my fault.
Okay.
Sure, Moon Wizard.
The other
I would say
2% was me being old.
I
and
would say
forgetful.
it was about 90% your fault.
Yes.
The cat. I'm just gonna say the cat manipulated us.
The cat was blackmailing us.
The cat 100% manipulated us.
The king holds a neutral expression when you say this, but then the queen like looks at the king and looks to you all confused, and then just is like, do you all have a druid in your party?
Yes.
Yes.
But
We do.
Oh.
Oh.
that. Honestly, I'm gonna shut up.
Misty, you raise your hand.
Hi. Hi.
Please continue with your point.
The queen like just looks at Misty and then just kind of like nods and is like, oh, okay. And you see the king just like looks and shoots a dagger at like shoots a glare at you, Misty.
Hi.
And
Why are you looking? Why?
you see the king just ever so slightly, and in a way that the queen does not notice, but you see, Misty, the king just holds a finger over her lips in like a shushing moment, like a shushing movement. But then the king pipes up. If you were all any other people, you would be arrested, tried, and thrown in prison. But knowing the historical and cultural significance Moon Wizard has on this country, uh, and the historical friendship between Moon Wizard and one of our previous kings, I believe that would be quite stupid of us. So,
We sincerely apologize for our transgressions.
you are all good.
Very truly, very
We did-
much.
We deeply wished it
Sincerely
never
apologize.
happened.
Yes, your
Genuinely.
cat is very cute. Only very, very cute. Sorry. Animals just, I tend to accidentally pick them up all the time.
Excellent.
As my spider, my spider bean just crawls out of my dress and onto my shoulder. You see what I mean?
The king pipes up and it's like, it's good you all have a druid who is able to speak with animals, because this little one, and you see she like reaches and like puts a hand just like over the head of the cat, like slightly like holding it still, and it's like, this one has quite a potty mouth. It's a good thing the general public cannot understand him.
Cleo's just like,
Okay.
mm-hmm.
Irving's like laughing a lot. Like, oh, yeah.
Davey is
Yeah.
going to lean over to Cleo and whisper, "You are telling me about this later."
Oh, absolutely, I am.
Plus, it would be quite stupid to lock up political envoys.
Huh?
Wait,
I'm sorry, what?
at least one of you are.
3 of us, but yes.
Talking about you.
He's talking about you also and Misty.
So all
Hi.
of us.
The 3 of us.
Not talking about me. They're not talking about me. Okay?
No, but they're not talking about you.
I know. Telling Moon Wizard that.
Why are we whispering so loud?
And you see the king pipes up and is like, is it 3 of you now? I recognized one. I knew Moon Wizard was part of the Heroes of Lightport. Are more of you?
Yes,
so you were just
my-
talking about me, okay.
I am not. I am just a blacksmith.
Misty and I
Just some
joined the
guy.
party not too long ago when a few of the other members had left. To my knowledge, I believe they are in. Is it called Athora or
Athora,
something like
yeah.
that?
Athora, yeah.
To my knowledge, I believe they are in Athora for personal reasons.
Oh, that's where they went? Oh, I
Yes.
was wondering why they left.
So we were hired on for another job to fill in the party members and have since permanently joined the party. It is a recent occurrence, but one nonetheless.
I was recently made aware of your group's existence. I do not have time to keep track of all the happenings in other countries.
Trust me neither.
I understand completely.
Of course, yes.
But the gathering of all the ruling factions in an entire continent coming together for some mysterious event, that caught my attention.
Ah. Right.
Yes, large movements and alliances between. Well, they're not exactly countries, but they kind of
Cities?
are.
Entities.
City-states. City-states. Usually does raise a few eyebrows in other ruling classes.
It would,
So I am unsurprised that you have heard of what is going on.
it almost seems like you are all gathering power and influence and wealth. One must assume you're preparing for something big. It's almost like you're preparing for war.
But small skirmishes have already, from my knowledge, have already started on the continent. It is its own strange civil war. So, unless things go terribly, terribly, terribly wrong, it is no concern of those off-continent.
I find that a good leader always prepares for the worst. Now, enlighten me. What are you all preparing for?
Wizard, you're the one who's been around the longest. Do you want to speak on?
Why are you dumping this on me? I'm eating a popsicle in real life right now.
I'm also confused. What are we preparing for?
Right. It is not something that citizens have necessarily been aware of.
Oh, great. Government
Okay,
secrets.
well, to be fair, we don't really want to stir up unwanted
Anything?
fearmongering.
Yes, we really hope this gets over in one big battle and then it's over for good finally this time. But also, Wizard, you were around last time this happened, so why don't you tell them about it?
Oh my fucking gods. Getting put in the spotlight for fucking everything. So, I clap my hands together. Oh, my laptop charger.
That's what we're fighting, a laptop
That's a
charger.
Enemy.
The laptop charger.
I'm gonna be. I'm gonna need to be reminded about like the lore about this conflict
The lore.
from my era.
If you all want to pitch in.
Varuktar destroyed the continent once. You sealed it away. In an orb. It doesn't have a body anymore, but it's in an orb, and it's trying really, really hard to have a body again. And
Orb
also,
dragon.
Yeah. Moon Wizard, you, Bar Umas, and Tal all work together to come up with a spell to seal away Varuktar, and in doing so, you also had to seal away his brother Bar Umas. In which sealed the two dragons away. And in doing so has caused the conflict that is happening now. Varuktar wants to escape.
Okay. So, many years ago, Tal, my creator, as you know very well, I assume, created me in order to, how you say, help deal with great tragedies and threats to our world. And, well, two dragon brothers, Varumas and Varuktar, were at war with each other. Varuktar destroyed our continent. And
Tialis?
what?
I was saying the continent of Tialis.
Yeah, continent of Tialis.
Yes.
And so in order to control the great dragon, I, my master, and the great gold dragon, Varumas, sealed Varuktar away in an orb. But in doing so, we had to seal away Varumas as well. And, well, Varuktar is under threat of escaping his prison. And so we're banding together to hopefully prevent that from happening, and if it does, to keep it from getting worse. So that's pretty much the gist of it.
Understood.
That's it? Okay. Cool.
If one of you are able to... If things go wrong, make us aware.
Respectfully, I think if something does go wrong, the whole world might find out about it. Just hearing this for the first time, what the hell is happening in this?
Oh, fuck.
I have the same question.
I would say, the
We can
government.
talk about this later in detail in person, but right now we have other matters to attend to.
But to the king, yes, if we are alive and able to, if things do go horribly wrong, we will do what we can to inform not only you but the rest of the world.
Somehow.
Somehow.
We will figure it out.
Understood. I feel much better knowing that you're not all planning to go at war with my country.
I know, I've tried really hard to avoid wars over my very long life, and I keep on finding them, and it's really annoying.
Do not get me started. Well, while you have me here, heroes, Flightport, and friends, do you have any questions for us?
Do we have any questions?
I
Can't
don't
remember if we
believe
did.
so.
No.
We
think we
really just
did.
came here to get the stuff to help,
Yeah.
to help Tempter, and then possibly I dragged you guys into maybe getting Valius out, so,
And then
Well,
skedaddling.
and then skedaddling, so
Skedaddling was part of the plan.
Mission accomplished? Question
mission
mark?
accomplished. I think
Mission
we're mission
accomplished.
accomplished. No, I do not believe we have any more questions.
I imagine the whole time we just like huddled together, like arms over each other, just in a
Every
circle.
time we're whispering to each other, we're all in a huddle.
Damien is just off to a side because he has no part. He does not want any part in this.
Friendly reminder: no one can read Cleo's lips.
Mhm.
Queen Quinton, what is the status of the item that they requested? And you see the queen speaks up like, Yes, it came in shortly, about an hour ago. We have it in the building. It is a loaner item, and he looks over all of you.
Yes.
So I do ask you return it as soon as you are done with it. But yes, it is prepared for as soon as you are ready. But I believe you all want to deal with Valius first.
Yes.
Actually, Irving's gonna lean over to Cleo quickly and say, "What if we're unable to get Valius awake? Maybe the crystalline reconstructor might be able to help, just in case."
This is true. For maybe potentially borrow the crystalline reconstructor as well for our investigations into Valius's current state, just in case it is something similar to what happened with our friend who did actually go unconscious post the crystal cracking, but is alive. So in case something similar had happened to Valius.
You see, the king looks over at the queen, and the queen like makes eye contact with her, and then just like, I believe that can be done. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'd really do appreciate it.
I will have it delivered to the Archduke's room. The king speaks up. Unless there's any more further discussion topics, I believe we can move there now.
Yes, I believe we
Yes.
are all good to go.
Yes.
Understood.
As soon as we start like turning, I'm assuming we're all like leaving the room now.
Mhm.
Yeah, the king will say, "You are all dismissed. We will meet you in the room. We will meet you outside the Archduke's chamber in about 10 minutes."
Cleo bows and says, "Thank you again."
Go ahead, Damien.
I'm gonna DM you something.
Okay. I love it when my players say that.
Macy's in the fridge.
Macy's in the fridge.
Macy's in the fridge?
In the fridge. Sorry.
You're fine.
I
You're
heard
fine.
Connor in the kitchen, and I forgot to mute before I got up. And I thought it was Macy in the kitchen. So Connor's in Macy's in the fridge. I'm sorry. I don't know where Macy is. That's part of the reason why I was like, huh?
Oh.
Anyways,
Give me one
continue.
moment. Give me one moment as I look
There's
something
conspiring going on in the background right now.
There's
because we are not
conspiring.
privy to-
Inspiring.
up. No, you do not need to see the person.
Lovely. So as we're walking out
It-
the room, Damon's gonna pull out his journal.
Oh, great.
We're just gonna lean over and be like, "What you looking at?"
Damon is going to put a hand in Cleo's face and push it away.
Cleo,
I bet you look at my journals.
Not this one.
Cleo, make a perception check.
And
And
wait, fuck.
Damien,
My
roll a
shit's not
sleight of
open.
hand. Roll a sleight of hand check.
What is my
Oh, God.
perception?
Oh god.
Leo, what is your perception? Also, where are my dice? I'm just gonna grab
It's
one.
as they're walking out, Damien is going to be
Perception.
Is this your personal
plus 7.
journal, or
Ooh.
is this the book?
The book.
Okay.
Because I want to know what they were. I want to know what they were conspiring
17.
about.
A 17.
17.
Wait,
You glance over at this journal, as Damien says, and you see the words on the page are moving and incomprehensible, as most of the Eber Raihan collection books are. They are incomprehensible until you focus on reading them, and then they are legible only to the one reading it. This is an Eber
Oh, I
Rai.
see what you're reading.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know which one it is, but I see what you're reading.
so what's our lovely king thinking about?
Do you read the first passage?
Oh yeah.
You read. Oh, first of all, your character does not need to read this out loud, but if you want to read this out loud, that is the passage. If you want to read it out loud first, Rainer.
What is a mind but a maze for the self? It traps our true self deep within the flesh, and we must fight and squirm to let pieces of ourselves show itself to the world. We fight wand, scream, and tear and rend, and the thin flesh that hides our truest self from those around us, for we cannot escape. No one can escape their own maze. No one can get out. He doesn't read that out loud, of course,
Yeah.
but
You read that passage, and you've used this book a few times before, and are used to slipping into the minds of your targets and reading their thoughts. This time, you just see a wall of static. Like something is keeping you out. And not only that, piercing through the wall, you see two burning eyes. Red irises and black pupils appear through the static and gaze at you. You have been seen. By what? You do not know. And you are shunted out of the mind.
can I switch targets to the queen?
Yes, you can. You read the passage again, and this time are able to enter the mind of the queen. It's weird. You are getting conversation. Let me see. Let me see what. So with mana. Okay. You.
Excuse me.
Weird. You are almost hearing two different conversations. You can understand what the queen wants to say. But then you watch in real time as the queen then edits his words to be more cordial, to be more agreeing. His mind is a lot more of a hostile place than the words that come out of his mouth. and the conversation topic is about you all. Topics. The Queen was not aware that you all were in the King's Room. The Queen was not aware of the threat in Tialis. That's a lot of the topic of conversation, is the threat of Tialis. Every once in a while they talk, you can tell just by what the Queen's saying, they are talking about the Archduke, but that seems less important in their conversation than the threat of Tialis and Varoktar. Is there anything specific you were trying to get?
No, I was just curious.
Okay. Um, 10 minutes go by, and you are met outside of the Archduke's room by the King and Queen. They look at you, and the King greets you. Okay. Let's go see if we can meet our friend Valius. Shall we? And you see they just reach over and open up the door to the Archduke's room. You all enter on in. This room is grand. It is bigger than the Queen's room, much bigger than the King's room. These marble floors and columns, and then the ceiling is magically made to look like a sky. These clouds.
Cleo points at.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. Cleo points at the floor and columns, just like, haha, I made it the same stuff, haha. But like to date, like specifically to Davian, and just like, haha, it's me for real, for real.
The ceiling made to magically look like clouds rushing like overhead, and you see windows in the back that don't show the outside, but are also enchanted just to shine this bright golden light inside the room. That's like almost like God rays in a video game, just beaming in. In the center of the room, facing the door, there is a like marbled throne, and there are like wings to the left and the right of this room, each that go down about like 30, 40 feet each in either direction, and there are hung up on the wall and set aside, like pressed against it, multitudes of like display cases, paintings, like items hung up to the wall, weapons, just this grand collection. And at the end of one of these halls, on the right hall, just at the very end, you see there is a tall display case with Valius.
Cleo, before looking at Valius, says, "Gods, I forgot how pretentious this man is."
Right, would you like to describe what Valius looks like right now?
Yes, I would like to describe what Valius looks like right now. Think very, very shiny medieval armor on display. Like, Valius, it is, if Tempter was here, Tempter would be uncomfortable with how clean Valius is. Like, fully polished, there are no dents in the armor, it is a very well-maintained display piece. Valius is a silver full plate armor with gold detailing. And it is very knight in shining armor looking, and it's like the plaque says something about Valius being a folk hero, and it's just like you look at Valius and you're just like, that's not a folk hero, that's a knight. Like there's some disconnect between, like, but it's not a knight, it's a pretentious nobleman who got knighted for nobleman reasons, not for any real reasons. And it's always been unsettling to Cleo how, like, Valius is portrayed in, like, how Valius is displayed versus how stories, especially stories that Cleo has heard, like, from the mouths of people who have met Valius himself. Like, how different this massive, imposing figure is versus Valius was, for a very long time, a rogue. And was a very understated person. And while its deeds, like, lived on and produced the image and the stories of who Valius is known to the people now, it wasn't like Valius's character or anything like that, because after the events of our silly goofy little one shot, well, the multi-shot,
the one shot,
the definitely one shot. It was definitely a one shot.
Definitely a one shot.
Yep.
Trust me, my
Mhm.
source bro. Trust me.
us. I believe I stated at the end of that Valius went into hiding and was never really the same person. And like you can tell that in you can't really tell that persona that Valius used to have, like, in during that one shot, is what the stories currently say, but the stories when Valius was actually, like, had freshly thought to be dead, or when was actually alive, the stories were very much so like a very humble, very quiet, very reserved, kind of mysterious person. And right now Valius looks... Something's off. Something's off.
Hmm.
Valius is a little too clean.
There's the display of Valius and the plaque that says Valius the folk hero. To the right of that, in a glass case that is hung up on the wall, there is a fully intact Warforged crystal that is locked up in this case. And to the left of the Valius display is a new display that you have not seen before. In
Oh
which
boy.
Oh,
there is it looks like part of a Warforged.
Cleo
Harsh.
was like suspicious about the Warforged, like about the
Yeah.
Archduke knowing that
this motherfucker
Valius
knows.
was a Warforged because of, like, the crystal display next to Valius, but, like, that could have been coincidence. Now Cleo's, as Taffy said, this bitch knows. knows.
You see, there is it looks to be not a full Warforge. There is a head with the faceplate taken off and hung to the right of the head, the chest piece, and then one arm. And they're all, like, magically suspended, almost like an anatomical model.
Oh gosh, if Tempter were here.
Yeah.
Does anyone take a closer look at this?
Cleo absolutely will.
I would.
Yes.
Okay, Arving's also going to.
Anyone who is, just roll a insight or investigation check.
Alrighty then. Insight. Okay, insight.
13.
17.
For Irving taking a look at this, you immediately are just like, you get a sense like something's off. Like this is definitely weird. Something's off.
My guess is
17. With 17, you look at this and you're like, it's the faceplate doesn't seem to match the head. And then Damien with a 25, each part displayed is a body part from a different Warforged. This is all mismatched. This is not one Warforged. This is a collection.
The king and queen are here with us, right?
Yes. And the King, Queen, and Archduke are all in the chamber with you.
What is the marching order here? How easily could I, say, pull the ear of the queen without getting the Archduke's attention?
You're trying to pull the ear of the Queen or the King?
Queen, for now.
Um,
Because when we were talking about it in their like separate chamber, the queen seemed more sympathetic, right? Or
No, it was the king.
The
It
king.
was.
The
It's the
king?
queen. The queen. The king is completely blank face. We knew going into it that the queen does not believe that Warforged are people.
Yeah, I'll try and pull the king's ear.
the King is going to be harder. The Archduke is hovering by whoever is near the body, and the king. So it's kind of like party is up by the display. The Archduke is hovering by the party to make sure no one touches anything they're not supposed to. Then a little further back is the king watching over this, and then further back is the queen.
Would it be reasonable to say that Damien is a little bit separated from the party because,
Yeah,
again, he does not have much vested interest in this?
we can say
However,
Damien is further back than the party. You can most likely get. I'm gonna have you roll a sleight of hand check either way, but it would be decently easy to whisper to the king without the Archduke knowing. It would be much harder to whisper to the king without the queen knowing.
oh, I don't care about the queen. I just don't want the Archduke knowing.
Okay, roll a sleight of hand check. And I'll say right now, you are trying to beat. The Archduke is distracted, so just roll higher than a 9.
Okay, thank God. That's a 17.
You are able to whisper to the king without the Archduke knowing. What do you say?
If we were to, say, discover that the Archduke is knowingly holding a live Warforged here, what would that mean for all of the other Warforged that he has on display?
We are already doing a lot for you.
It's a simple question. I need no solid answer. I'm just curious.
If we were to find that there was another live Warforged, we would do what we can to free it, but anyone that is not living, I am afraid there's not much I can do.
How many pieces? How many separate pieces of Warforged? Like,
There are 4 separate pieces. There is the head, the face, the chest, and the arm. So it's pieces from at least 4 different Warforged.
Five if you include the core.
5 if you include the core.
there's a second core, or
No.
Valius's core.
There's a second core.
Yeah.
But the core was known about before, like by Cleo. These other pieces are new pieces to the collection.
But the second core isn't Valius's.
It is not Valius's. No, Valius still has his core. There's a second intact core displayed next to Valius.
The core is definitely to a dead Warforged.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm only asking as all of these pieces seem to be from different Warforged, and I'm only wondering how a man such as the Archduke came into possession of 4 separate pieces of 4 different Warforged. I can only imagine you have some laws against cruelty.
There is only so much we can do. Unfortunately, Warforged parts have a market and they sell for quite a lot.
Seems rather archaic, if you'd ask me. And he's just going to smile and return to the group.
The king looks and watches you walk away with no expression on her face.
Is the cat there?
Roll a perception check.
$16.
You do not see the cat.
Damien is going to walk up directly behind and sort of like off to the side of Cleo and whisper. Those are 4 different Warforged.
Can I shoot? Is it okay if I see this because of observation? I see you say that.
Go with you two.
Well, you
Like,
as
Damien's
established, you can't read
positioning-
my lips.
I'm not. I know I
Yeah.
can't read your lips, but
It depends on
Damien
where
wasn't covering
Irving
them.
is, because
Irving's by the
Is
display
Irving-
case.
is that in front or behind of Cleo? Because Damien is behind Cleo.
I
You
assumed
know,
Cleo was up
good
by the display case, but
Yeah, but also they have a big hat that has droopy down things.
So I'm just gonna go with no. You're not gonna let me.
Yeah, it's actively trying to be subtle about it.
Cleo says, I had only noticed 2 separate ones in this display. So that would mean that there are 5
all
total
different.
corpses. 5 total corpses here, and not including Valius.
Yes. And I don't know if we can do anything about the others.
I doubt so, but it may not be this era in which we are able to do such things. We may have to wait, as I had to with Thalius.
Sure.
The queen pipes up from the back as you all see someone else joins the room. Uh, you actually recognize the figure. It is the Baron Esket Arctis, the lizard folk wizard that you all had met when you first came in. He walks in and kind of sees everything that's going on and then bows, and is carrying like a display pillow with a cloth over it, and like leans over and whispers something to the queen and hands it to the queen. And like kind of the Baron like makes eye contact with you, Damien, and like waves before walking out. And the queen turns to you all. We have the crystalline reconstructor here, if need be. Archduke, if you... not Archduke. Archduke. Could you please open up the display case? And the Archduke kind of like looks at the queen, looks at you all, and then looks at the king and sighs and reaches into his toga and then just pulls out a golden key and unlocks it, and the front glass panel to the display case just swings open. Please, be careful. This... just do what you need to do.
Of course. Cleo walks up to Valius, and pulls out their notebook and some of their tools. I'm gonna assume that Porcelain was here with us the whole time.
Yeah. I assume
Because-
Porcelain just follows you around 24/7.
Yeah, Porcelain does just follow me around 24/7. So, Cleo is going to have Porcelain assist them in removing Valius's chest plate. To examine the core, to examine Valius and the core, and give a general diagnostic as to Valius's current state.
That roll. Just roll an intelligence check.
Okay. What's my... No, don't roll off my desk. That would be a 19. Wait, no, my intelligence is +4. That would be 22.
22.
I was just like, yes, +1. No, it's +4. You stupid dumb idiot. You just looked at it.
You spend time, and it doesn't take you long to pop open the front chest plate, and you can see Valius's crystal just very faintly is glowing, and it is glowing to a thrum, weak but continual, almost like a heartbeat. And you can just barely see this glow, and you look over to the right at the Warforged crystal on the wall, the one on display, which has no such glow.
Cleo Cleo smiles. And they like part the section of their hat. They're not taking off their hat. They're just like parting it a little bit so they can see better. And they while looking at it, they say, "They are definitely alive. Their crystal is still glowing, which is a good sign. Now to see if we can wake them up." And I wanna see if Cleo can figure out how to wake up Valius.
Roll. Roll me a insight or investigation check.
Okay. What is my
And anybody else who wants to be involved in this can be.
insight is +7.
I have an idea as a player, but it would not make sense for Irving to know this at all.
I mean, if you want to...
I'd like to be involved,
Hmm.
but only because I feel like Cleo would have shared some of their studies with.
Oh yeah, no,
Damien
their
first.
their
Yeah.
notebook is there, and they just handed it over, and I just forgot what number I.
If you want to... And Taff, if you want to
26.
bring your... If you want to bring your idea up, it might not make sense for Irving, but it could make sense for another character.
I can phrase it in a way that might make sense for Irving.
Okay.
But you finished your insight first, though.
Okay. 26 insight. Taking a look, you realize Valius, well, in this state of semi-consciousness,
Mhm.
when the more that you handle its body and you put your hand up to the core and you see that light react, they are semi-conscious, and you think he can probably hear you all. This is going to be a group check, and I want you all to work together to try to bring Valius back. Whether that is some artificer things, whether this is persuasion and trying to persuade him back, or whatever you think would fit to this scenario.
And maybe we could say something that, like, only something he knows about.
Well,
Like-
Cleo discovered this hasn't like
Oh.
said anything about it. It deeply saddens them, and they cover their face again and look to the party and say, "I believe they can hear us."
Now then Irving says that.
Game is going to pull out one of his journals, and this is probably going to be the one from when Cleo is doing research with Damien. And it's just going to start, like, cross-referencing notes, trying to figure out the arcane side of it to try and help.
Okay. I see you alone, thank you. Things seem okay on my end.
Weird.
I'm also recording, so
So-
in case stream goes down, we got
Okay.
that.
So if Valius can hear us, maybe we should say something that might resonate with him? That would draw his attention more? Maybe,
Potentially.
I don't know, maybe someone he knows. Did they talk about that? Does he know? Do you know if he knows anyone? Talk about them?
I do not know
You can
of
roll.
personal connections, but I do know the name of Valius's creator.
You could roll a history check to see if you know. any of the people.
Oh yeah. So you know I'm gonna fucking you said I could roll a history check. You know me, I'm gonna do that
Olive, thank
shit.
you
All right.
so much for picking up what I put down.
I got you. I got you.
That is a dirty, dirty 20. Dirty, nasty, nasty 20.
Okay, man.
An absolutely filthy, abysmal 20.
Absolutely filthy 20, and I just fucking yeeted my dice across the room.
Valius was part of a crew who helped fight for the freedom of the Warforge. They stormed the king's castle, and you don't know all of the people that Valius traveled with. One name cross-referenced, which you, I believe, have heard also talked about by Tempter, but one name is Spring.
I've spoken with Spring.
You've spoken with Spring.
Hmm.
And you, what, Taffy, what's one more name? Pick one.
Oh, fuck.
I'm trying to remember the other names of the other.
Servy.
Survey. Yes.
Yeah.
Survey is
Survey.
another one.
Okay. Cleo's gonna look at Valius and just in a low tone is gonna be like, I spoke with Spring recently. She's alive and doing well. We actually came here because of one of Spring's friends, Tempter. Another Warforged.
You would know that Tempter does know Valius and Valius knows Tempter. Since Tempter has talked about it before.
I've heard stories of your exploits as the folk hero Valius, but also I don't know how I never put it together until now. But you as the fighter in that final battle, a name I remember from then is Servi as well. I know not where she is, but I've also met other Warforged on my journeys, many. Recently, actually, we met another. What was the name of your ranger friend? I think it was
Ace. Ace.
Yeah,
Yeah, Ranger.
another named Ace. But I'm not entirely sure if you know them. But you fought for life and for freedom, for your people, for all of the other Warforged. And I do not believe any of them would wish you to give up, would wish to see you in the state you are. Certainly not those who fought alongside you, who are still alive and fighting now. It's not over. It'll be a very, very long time before it's over. Gods, do I know that it'll be so long before your fight is over, but you can't give up now. there are still people rooting for you, still comrades there for you. You can fall deeper and deeper into this hole, into this pit. Or you can crawl your way out. You can die having been on display and having things left unfinished, or you can live and go finish them. But it is your choice. And I will respect that choice, and so will everyone else. But you're here. You
Roll-
have to fight. Yes.
Roll a persuasion check.
Alrighty, then.
With the
That's
information,
an 18.
with the information and knowing of bring spring and serving to this, you roll with advantage.
Okay, so that was an 18 on the die for the first one. So for persuasion, my persuasion is +6. So do with that what you will. My second one tried to go off my desk. My second one is a 5
Okay.
+6, so an 18 +6.
26. Or 24.
24. Yeah.
That is the first success. Who's next?
Cleo steps back.
I guess I can take a shot at it.
What do you do to try to wake Survey? Not Survey. Sorry, I got Survey on the brain.
Sorry.
What do you do to try to wake Valius? Something other than persuasion. You can try to do
Oh no.
Mhm.
Okay. Gosh, what am I good at?
I didn't even remember that I was okay at, like, I was just like, I think I might be okay at persuasion, but I feel like persuasion is the right choice to make here. I didn't even look at that I had a +6. I was just like, ooh, look at that. Hee hee. I forgot that I'm a bard.
Okay. This. Okay. So. I have a point I want to make, but I don't know if coming from me is the right person to say it.
if you want
What?
you can work together with another player to try to do it together, or
Because my point, essentially my point is that so long as you are here, you are a thing, which is the one thing you fought for hundreds of years ago. That's the point I want to make. Can I rephrase that as an intimidation check?
yeah,
Because that's something I chose to be good at, apparently.
yeah, you can intimidate a warforged into choosing life. Yeah, how do you do that? How do you do that? I'm down. I'm about to get weird.
I'm intimidating you back to life. God damn it. Urban's gonna walk up and confidently, like, place her hands on her hips and just say, "You are a warforged, but so long as you are here, you are a thing in a glass case, quite literally, and that's something you decided to fight against hundreds of years ago. So if you don't move your ass, you're going to continue being a thing, okay? So I suggest you move on out. Please, for your sake."
I like that a lot.
lot.
Roll intimidation with advantage. That's real.
Okay.
I like that a lot.
That was hot.
Thank you.
I'm liking the
That was in-
rolls this dice is giving me. I
That
got
was
it
in
for
character.
Christmas. Lovely.
18.
18. Okay. That is second success. We need one more
Wow.
success.
While all that is happening, Damien has basically taken all of Cleo's journals that they had out and has his own
borrowing them
out.
from porcelain.
Yeah. And he's trying to figure out if he can do anything magically to help. Because he doesn't know shit about being empathetic.
Yeah. What do you do to magically assist? Get weird with it.
Get weird with
Get
it.
weird with that. Okay.
Get weird with it.
Hold on, I'm looking. So when you said get weird with it, I'm going to get weird with
Yeah.
it.
Uh-huh.
Damon is going to reach out and put his hand on Valius's chest, and he's going to use Written in Blood. And I don't know how this is going to work with a Warforged, but
Okay. Yeah, wait. What's the name of this ability again?
Written in Blood.
Okay, what does this do?
This is the one where I get to this is the peel back skin thing, and I get to describe who they are and what they've done up to 6 different sentences. I think I sent you this feature before.
Yes, I believe it's also in your character sheet.
It's on my character sheet, yeah. I have it open.
Oh my. My goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so down to get weird with it. Please.
What I'm trying to do here is I want to physically pull information about Valius from their body and use that information to... I don't know what... I just want to see if I can use this to help.
No, I like this. Tell me, what does this look like when you're using this ability?
Usually, it would start with pulling the nerve endings out from someone's skin and using that as the basis to then continue pulling the rest of their skin. However, this is a Warforged, so I don't know how this would work exactly. Other than
Valius's chest is open and you reach forward and just place 5 fingers, just the tips, on the crystal. You start channeling this ability, searching, normally looking for blood, but in a body that does not have one, you reach for anything else you can grasp on. First of all, I just want you to roll... No, this would be... I'll go with the ability. Valius has to make a charisma save.
Okay, I can have Valius make a charisma save.
Yeah. Tell me what Valius's bonus is, and I'll do the roll.
It's a +1 to charisma.
Okay, and what is your spell save DC? Damien.
my spell 17.
Okay. You watch as you, in searching for knowledge and information, you find it buried deep inside. And at first you instinctually try to just pull the information out so you can read them like a book. Like normal. Like usual. This time you reach out and try to grasp this information, and you feel resistance, this tug. Your consciousness is being pulled on by Valius's. Almost like a hand wrapped around yours. And at first, you think it is stopping you from dragging this information up. But then you realize Valius is not trying to stop you. Valius is grabbing on and is asking for your help.
And I give it willingly.
You, instead of trying to drag up information about this person, you were trying to, with Valius's consent, drag them back from the brink. I need you to roll. This would be an intelligence check with advantage. Because Valius is assisting as you are trying to mentally pull Valius's information.
That's a nat
from the
20.
body. That's a
Let's
nat
go!
fucking
Go!
Hell yeah!
Let's fucking go!
Yes.
You, with your 5 fingers placed on the core, pull back, and you all see almost similar to Tempter Spirits. You see this ghostly apparition of a hand, this magic made manifest, pull out of the core for a second and then drift back in. This physical embodiment of the spirit dragged up from the depths. And you all sit there for a second, not knowing what has happened, before the core starts to grow brighter. And where it before had a pulse, like a heartbeat, it is now just growing brighter and brighter. And instead of beating, it is just shining. Not offset, not at a tempo, it is just bright. Valius,
Yes.
welcome back.
Yay. Valius wakes up and stumbles out of the case a little bit. Valius is very tall. I don't remember. Wait, hold on. Let me check how tall I made Valius, because I remember I made Valius very tall. Valius is 7 feet tall, by the way. And its eyes, for the first time in a very long time, glow purple again. And Valius looks down at itself and says, "Gods, I'm shiny." Because Valius is originally a
interesting
dark
first words.
steel. Valius looks down to Cleo and Porcelain and requests chest be put on, and Cleo complies. Before taking a moment, bowing a little bit and saying, "Thank you." And then walking up to the Archduke and decking him in the face.
Hell yeah! Let's go!
Okay, roll an attack.
Oh my
All right,
god.
yeah, a moment.
Now that was hot too.
Oh, fuck yeah, I have a +6. That is an 18 plus 6.
Yeah, that's a wizard. That hits. The Archduke.
It does 4 damage.
Yeah, the Archduke stumbles back, and then looks to the Queen. No, looks to the King, and then looks back to Valius, and it's just like, you've got what you want. You're free.
If you think that's all I want, you know nothing about me. But I'll take this for now. To you, other creatures, I appreciate you.
Other
You
creatures
are
sure is an
very
interesting way to
kind.
put it.
I like this guy.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned some friends of mine, old acquaintances. You are aware of where they are, yes? Spring and Tempter.
Uh-huh.
Y-
Yep.
Yes. I mean, I know where Tempter is. I don't actually know where Spring is.
Well then, let us have a fabulous reunion.
You guys do have a and we can do this because I want to go to break soon. We can do this after break. But you do have the sending stone to Spring.
Oh yeah.
The king looks to you all and is just like, I'm glad that is settled. Valius, I am deeply sorry. I did not know.
It is not your fault. You are not the one who put me in that prison. And you're not the one who kept me there intentionally.
Intentionally. Oh.
Slow turn towards the Archduke.
He's backed away from you, but is still standing in a defensive position to the rest of the collection. And you see
And,
now he has his hand on his hip where you do see a wand.
I do believe you have. Oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
Misty.
Oh, I was gonna do something if that's okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I wanna. Misty wants to put herself in between Valius and the Duke and turn her back to Valius and just stare daggers at the Duke, watching just in case.
Haha, a mighty little creature. And Valius gives you like a firm pat on the head, and looks back to the Duke. I do believe you have my weapons.
I promised you all the creature. I did not promise you anything else.
Creature.
That's a little bit rude.
That's
Some might argue that
Carson.
some of the things that you have in your possession that belong to someone else is, well, theft.
Well then, it doesn't matter. You can keep my great sword. All it has is pain. But I may come back for it someday. He it leans down to the Archduke. And you don't want me to come back for it someday. And puts a very firm, heavy hand on the Duke's shoulder and gives it a little pat. Goodbye. I hope that you do not live to see me again.
A little bit of a bad image for this country if you allow people in your highest ranks to possess stolen items in their personal collections.
It matters not.
Especially what could be considered remains, and Irving points to the crystal.
Valius notices them for the first time.
Oh dear.
Get out.
I'm taking these with me. And goes to grab
do that.
the bodies of the other Warforged.
Valius, make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It's a 19. 19.
Damn. Okay. The Archduke pulls out a wand and tries to cast the spell on you, but you are. It is resisted. What I will say, Valius, you feel a hand on your side. And you turn and the king is there. I apologize for what has happened. I will get you back your weapon and any other of your belongings. But anything else from that, I apologize, but I cannot get you. I cannot give it to you. This is the best I can do, and I want you to leave as a friend.
I will respect that and respect you. But know that I do not respect him.
And that is okay.
As long as you are king, I will refrain from taking any drastic measures. Ha ha! Falcon stands up and puts hands on his hips.
You have a very interesting inflection. I like it. Aha. It's fun.
I am doing everything I can to not break down right now.
You see the
Oh.
Let's get him out of here then.
the king
Okay.
reaches just into the display that Valius was in and pulls down the greatsword, and just hands it to you, and any other weapons that you had, and escorts you all out of the room, with the Archduke just seething in anger.
Cleo is so happy right now.
Over the next 10 or so minutes, you are all shown to different parts of the castle. You're shown first to the communal teleportation circle of the castle that friends of royalty can use, so that way you don't have to use the king's teleportation circle.
I feel like Moon Wizard is going to make that mistake again.
You are all given like a meal before leaving, and we will come back. We're gonna go on break now and come back afterwards with you guys departing from Arctis and heading back to Lightport. So, in the time, think about what you want to do before wrapping up. And we will say goodbye to Damien and hello back to Prior and Tempter.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
B.
I'll see you all in
Yay.
10 minutes.
Bye
Peace out.
bye.
Hello, hi. Gonna be hopping back in with the players.
All you guys are just
Hello.
here. Also, I forgot.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Hey.
How's it going?
Fun.
Okay, back on the
Doing
break.
well.
Vibin.
Chatting even.
Hell yeah. You all good to continue?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You.
Fuck yeah, concrete.
Fuck yeah, concrete.
Fuck yeah, concrete.
Oh man, I
yeah.
can't wait to give Valius emotional damage.
Oh yeah. I'm so excited to also give Valius emotional damage. Emotional damage.
No damage.
What?
So you are all
Emotional
kind of
damage.
shown around the castle a little bit, let to gather all of your stuff, shown the teleportation circles, but it's the king is coming with you every step of the way. It seems to be she wants to make sure you are all okay, but she's also keeping an eye on you all.
Yeah.
Especially with Valius now. So this is my question for you all. Is there anything you all want to do before you leave Arctis?
Damien
can
is
think
going
of.
to speak to Baron Escott briefly.
Oh, absolutely. Um,
Mhm.
You head over to the Baron's room, which is the lower in the castle, and after knocking, he opens up the door. Yeah. He opens up the door and just kind of like looks and is like, Damien, my friend, hello. My, that
Hi.
was quite a shock. Seeing you with all of your uh, friends, the king and queen. That was a whole thing. What can I help you with?
So I know we discussed differently when I got here, but I'm going to be cutting my stay a little bit short.
Oh,
Something's come up.
okay. Absolutely.
Uh,
That's fair.
You know how to contact me if you need
I got you.
information.
Um,
I just thought it'd be rude to leave and not tell you. So,
I'm guessing you're traveling with your companions for a minute?
companions is a strong word,
Okay.
but sure.
Can you do me a favor when you're out? The
Yes,
crystalline reconstructor is mine. So when they are
it'll
done
come
with,
back.
thank you. Just if you could bring it back when they're done with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will probably be coming back here before I return to
Yes.
my usual abode.
Please don't disappear with my item. That would be great. I have a tracker
No,
on it.
just be rude of me.
I have a tracker on it, but I don't think I can track it there.
No, I'd be very surprised if you could. Anyway, have a lovely rest of your day. And he was going to turn and walk away.
Okay, yep. Bring it back. Anything else you guys do? Okay.
I personally don't have anything.
Okay.
Nope.
The king escorts you all to the teleportation chamber. And turns to you, Moon Wizard. Thank you for coming. And thank you all for not stealing anything other than my cat.
What?
Once again, the cat manipulated
stealing.
us. It
Just
wasn't a
clarify.
hard fault. It was a very persuasive cat.
And the king looks at you all and just leans in and is like, by the way, no one here knows my cat can talk. Let's just keep that a
We
secret.
figured.
Yeah,
Yeah, we figured.
Got it.
appreciate it.
Okay.
That little...
Damien's going to leave towards Cleo. The cat can talk?
The cat can talk and it does have a bit of a potty mouth.
That little...
Oh, yes, it's a cat.
That little bastard's somewhere around here. I know it.
You know, it convinced us to
do evil.
to remove it from the vicinity.
Anyways, thank you all for visiting Arctis. Thank you for not stealing anything from my personal chambers. And thank you for not going to war with our country.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yes.
Yes, you're welcome.
Anything else I can help you out with?
Nope.
I think I'm good.
Is there anything else we can help you with? Haha, yes! Is there anything we can help you with?
I think you have all left me with enough to deal with.
Yeah. Good luck with your work. I hope this was fun. Let's go, guys.
And so, how are you guys getting back?
You
thought
said there
Moon
was a
Wizards-
communal
There is a communal teleportation circle, so
teleportation circle.
if Moon Wizard wants to teleport, or you could find a tree to teleport back.
If Moon Wizard wants to
Don't-
teleport us actually back into the King's
I
Chamber.
was gonna say, Moon Wizard, you better not teleport us back into the King's Chamber, okay?
Oh man.
That would be the biggest raid move. You instantly teleport back into the King's Chamber, steal everything, and then teleport away.
Yeah,
I mean,
how's
I can,
supposed
I
to be
can,
done.
I can use a teleportation circle. I guess.
You just gotta burn a spell
Where-
slot.
Yeah, where y'all want to go?
It's just back to Lightport, however you sent us, however you did it by sending us
Terra's
here, just
room.
reversed, or Terra, yes, Terra's room.
Terra's room.
All right. Okie dokie, children, come with me.
I hope she's not having
Who is
sex
this
right now.
Tara, and why are we going to her room?
Don't,
Oh, because
don't
she's
worry
an
about it.
idiot who put the
don't ask
who put
me,
the
I literally have no
teleportation
idea why.
circle. She's an idiot who put the teleportation circle in her own room.
Why would you do that?
Yes, that does seem like
there's
very
one
poor planning.
other. There's one other. It's in a shop. But it's so much funnier to show up in Tara's room.
So you're teleporting back?
Haha!
Apparently.
Moon Wizard, you cast Teleportation Circle and activate the circle. You all are sent with the pulling sensation as your bodies are pulled from one location to another, almost like spaghettification.
Oh, great.
You're all lovely. Thanks for the sound effects. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Oh.
You, I almost did the Baldur's Gate noise there. It instinctually came out of my mouth. You were all teleported back across to the other continent, to Tialis, to Lightport, and find yourself shunted. The room is dark. No light escapes into this room.
Haha, this is
Damn.
mildly distressing.
We are in Terra's room, right?
Yes.
You didn't put us anywhere where strange. Did you, small wizard man?
I don't believe so. I'm fairly confident this is the correct location. Small wizard.
Be quite fair, you aren't very tall either, are
Not
you?
that small.
After you guys are standing around talking, a light, you hear like the sound of a match strike, and a small flame happens as Tara is lighting a candle as she's in the corner in her bed.
Oh.
And she like sits up and like rubs her eyes and looks at you all and is like, "Hey."
This is
Hello?
why we choose to do into Tara's room.
What time is it right now? Are you like, it's not like nighttime, is it?
It's the middle of the night.
Wait, it is?
Yeah.
Haha! I deeply apologize for our interruptions.
You guys left like midday in Arctis, so it's now the middle of the night in Tialis.
Mm-hmm.
Tara just points to the door and is like, "Come back in the morning."
I'm sorry, we forgot about time zones.
Come back.
What's
in
a
the morning."
time zone?
Oh, why are you so loud?
It's when you go to a different area of the world and it's a different time.
Bulb.
A zone of time? You know?
Well,
Do you need me right now, or can we do this in the morning?
No, we don't need you right now.
I mean, we could all use a good nap. Could we just, Misty starts
Roll a
I
persuasion
love
check.
Misty.
just in the.
Well,
I don't have dice. Can someone roll for me? I
I
don't
will
have
roll.
anything. I just have my phone.
I rolled a 3. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm bald now, so I can't actually make good rolls anymore.
You see, Tara just puts
I
a
want to
hand on
clarify, I
your.
wasn't getting into bed. It was like the base of the bed. You know, like when you would sleep at the end of a bed frame at a sleepover.
Misty, Tara just
Yes.
puts her entire hand on your face and just pushes you off the bed, and she's like, no, no sleep, oh, no.
Oh, no sleepover? Okay.
Well, I guess it is time for us to go.
yes. Well,
Goodbye.
I'd be very happy to go sleep with my husbands now. You guys have fun with your tempter thing tomorrow. Okay. And then everybody's gonna leave.
Tara's just like, you can crash out in the outside
We can
bar,
crash out.
bar area. Just don't break anything. And she just like as she's saying this, she's just like tucking herself back into bed, and she's like, you can go to bed out and like don't night. And she just like rolls over and like falls back asleep.
Good night, Tara.
Ah.
Nighty night.
You all find your
For
respective.
being a rogue, Valius is very bad at being quiet.
I can tell. You all gather. You all find your own places to sleep for the night. Whether you want to crash and freak swords, go back to your house, or go back to your husband's places.
We have a house.
You
We have a house.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Just
god,
have
we
a
do
house.
have a house
Well,
in White
Oh my
Run.
god, guys, we have a house.
I totally forgot there was a house. I totally forgot we owned a house.
We got Breeze home.
We have Breeze.
We have Breeze home.
You just gotta make sure that Prar is not like sleeping with people in the house. You guys, it's been a few days.
Where are they
No
keeping
parties.
Tempter? I'm just kind of curious.
I mean,
You didn't ask.
Yo, if
Well,
Prar hosts
Irving
parties
wouldn't
in the
ask.
house, are they called Prarties?
Wow.
yes.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I was.
I was just saying,
Absolutely.
Tender's doing a very bad job at being a guard if there's a sudden amount of people just showed up in Tara's room.
Tempter is out of character. Tempter's been spending the night either at Tara's place, Tobin's place or Beck's place. They've been rotating Tempter every night.
Just like a rotisserie chicken.
No, like babysitting.
Damn.
So they've just been like rotating Tempter, staying at different houses every night.
Yeah, because it's just too awkward to technically own Tempter for more than a day.
Yep, exactly. That's exactly why.
Is Ray trying
Rental.
to speak?
What?
Not the rental.
Rental.
I'm
Rental
watching
Warforged.
Ray's. Ray. It looks like they're
Dude.
talking. I didn't want. I didn't know if they knew they were muted.
Dude,
Uh,
all I can hear is ooh, ooh.
What? Oh no.
I
What is
couldn't hear what you were saying. Anyways, sorry.
Oh,
We'll get back to it.
how bad is my mic?
It's like
Gmod
Gmod
circa
lobby.
2012.
it was just pretty
Oh
muffled.
no.
Sorry, the mic quality.
It's fine. It's fine. You're fine. Anyways, it's the next morning. You all reassemble back at Freak Swords during the daylight hours, and I need to get my Lightport ambient music going.
Fuck yeah, ambiance. Also, sorry, Erica called me.
Yeah, concrete.
You're fine. You're fine.
I had a feeling either you were talking to someone else or you forgot you're muted.
Oh, my hair's back.
It is the next morning. You all gather at Freak Swords. Tara is sitting there cup of coffee in hand, and you can see Tempter is there also. Quick question, was Parar at the house? I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but
No.
yeah, that's what I thought. So, those of you who crashed the house, Parar was not there. But you all gather back up at Freak Swords. The 6 of you, including Valius, and and sorry, I'm looking at bald, and I'm
Bald.
Bald.
I'm no
Bald.
longer bald. I got my hair back, actually. But
If I go into your chat right now and redeem it, will you become bald?
yes.
okay.
Hold on.
You all gather back up at Freak Swords in the morning. Tara is there holding just a big cup of coffee. And Tempter is also there, just kind of like sitting in a chair.
Who does Tempter belong to right now? Tara, I'm
Tara.
assuming.
Tara. Yeah.
Okay.
Cleo like stops Valius beforehand, and it's just like, this may be a little distressing.
Yeah,
Tempter is not in the Tempter is not in the best state right now, and Valius is just like, I have seen lots of very bad things. I was a very distressing sight. But Tempter is alive, and that is what matters. So, let us go in. And Cleo's just like, okay, all right, sure, okay.
Before going in, I just have to say...
Whatever you say, man.
Whatever you say, man.
Before going in, I just have to say, yeah, talk to yourself. Know my pain. But no.
Talk to myself and forget that I have
I'm
to
gonna say-
respond to myself.
I know.
Since Irving has fulfilled her role, she is not going to be joining this, and I
Oh.
am fully switching back. I mean, I don't have anything for Irving to say,
I was gonna say,
So-
I was gonna have...
except just payment collection.
I was gonna say, Tara was gonna pay Irving.
Well, yeah, there's that, but okay, fine, then Irving's here, because that's the only reason she would be there.
If you don't want her to be here, we can say Tara sent the payment, but Irving got paid 600 gold.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm switching back to Tempter.
Hell yeah.
Mindset.
You all enter on in. Tara's sipping from her large coffee mug. Tempter is just sitting on a bar stool, just kind of in like a default position.
Tempter is actually like scanning the room back and forth over and over again, and like keeping a good eye on Tara, and is definitely aware of everyone walking in.
Yeah. Tara looks at you all like, welcome back. You gained a Warforge.
Yes. Hello, I am Valius.
Oh, you're the loud one. Hi, I'm Tara. Okay.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you properly. I'm Tara. I'm the head of Freak Swords and one of the 2 rulers of the city.
Why is it called Freak Swords?
It's an adventuring guild.
What is that?
Place people gather, a place for adventurers to gather to do jobs, hang out, network, get food or drink. A place for people to get work.
That is good. It was much harder in my day.
Okay.
I was...
Sorry, go.
So, Tempter's here.
Yeah, Tempter, Valius, Tempter's kind of broken.
Tempter is staring at Valius, but not saying anything. And
Tempter,
they're
my
they're off
friend.
their stool now, and standing up.
Valius puts like two hands on Tempter's shoulders. Tempter, my friend, how do you do?
Greetings, unit. Who are you assigned to right now?
And Valius like squeezes Tempter's shoulders.
Please refrain from physical harm.
I apologize, my friend. I need to leave. Goodbye. And Valius walks out and just like goes and stands outside and like sits on the ground and is just like looking at its hands like
Tara sees this is like, and turns to the rest of the party. Is like, okay, did you get the thing?
Tempter's unfazed by any of it.
Yes, we got the thing.
Oh, thank God. Please let this work.
How have you been enjoying being in charge of Tempter while we were gone?
Nope. No. Just please fix them.
Please.
Do you believe I am in need of maintenance?
Yes, your core is damaged.
Then please, let us have it fixed.
Of
I cannot
course.
perform my duties astutely with broken core.
No, you cannot. Hey boy, let's get the crew together and fix the Tempter. Fix ourselves a Warforged.
Damien is like sat in a corner taking notes, by the way.
Of course he is.
Over the span of the next like 10-15 minutes, Tobin is retrieved, Bobby is retrieved if needed, if requested. Those two are the main specialists. Is there anyone else you want to retrieve for this?
No, I think those two should be fine. Maybe actually we're dealing with a magical item. Can we grab the Necromancer?
We can grab the Necromancer. If you want to, Florin helped last time. And I
Yeah.
don't know if you want to
Okay,
grab
no.
Prar or not.
I would also like to grab Prar. Get the whole crew, get everybody here.
Then it takes about like 20-25 minutes. First comes Tobin and Bobby shortly after, then the Necromancer and Prar. Where is Prar right now?
Probably with Vaughn. I definitely didn't forget his name for a second.
Oh no. Oh no, you would never forget your boyfriend's name at all.
Never.
Never.
Florin comes and finds you in Vaughn's office. Florin was given direct permission to head straight up to Vaughn's office that you've had for a while, and the party also has, but not many people have that permission. And Florin just kind of fills you in and asks if you want to come.
Sure.
About 25 minutes later, Prar and Florin both enter in. So it's
They walk past a very depressed Valius on the like literally laying down on the ground, just like
yeah.
Who's the big guy outside?
that would be Valius. They aren't doing too hot right now. He's
No, they don't really look it.
yes, we freed him from very completely legally. We did all of this with the permission and the observation of the king. We freed Valius from the Archduke, that cunt. Wait, did I... Am I allowed to say that?
Too late now, I guess.
Too late, I guess.
Too late. Don't say
You
it.
said it, dude.
I say the C word all the time.
Okay.
I'll
on
say
stream like all the time.
I'll say
It's Daisy. I used to say that like every session.
let's just in case refrain. But
Yeah.
one time's
Yeah.
fine.
I think it's so funny how you guys put cunt on like
I said
Oh my
one
God.
time.
well as
Wow.
Wow.
It's
that
PG
words like it is
Definitely-
on
Oh,
the same level
I
as like
was-
any other swear word for me, and it's really funny you guys put it on the same pedestal as like slurs.
See, I don't. That's why I used
It's an
it as
American
Daisy like
thing.
twice a session.
Oh my
No,
god.
it's an American
It's
thing.
definitely
It's an American
You
thing.
don't remember because I'm not playing Daisy anymore.
Anyways, we freed him from the Archduke, who's had him for a few hundred years. Yeah. Anyways, and Valius was doing okay. Definitely pretending to be better than he is. And then he spoke with Tempter and is now a puddle on the floor outside.
You said pretending to be okay because I don't think that was pretending or being okay
Yeah,
at
no.
all.
I said it was pretending and then saw Tempter and is now a puddle on the floor outside. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
puddle status is a recent thing. We believe Valius may be okay after we fix up Tempter, maybe possibly. But
I mean, I could always like take them elsewhere and see if they'd be okay with other things.
that is a chance, but you know, I would like Valius to be here when Tempter, you know.
Oh, I meant like
Wake up.
afterwards.
Oh yes, no. I do think maybe discussing and talking with Tempter will make Valius feel a little bit better. Possibly. I'm not entirely sure.
You see, Tobin is like has Tempter out on one of the workbenches. Like, hey, Tempter, can I open you up? Can I open you up? Why is Tempter not responding to me? Wait, who has who's in control? Fuck.
Terra has Tempter right now.
Tara!
But I do believe Tempter's open to maintenance.
Okay, I'm gonna open you up, sorry. And just starts opening up Tempter's chest.
So we're Cleo goes over and joins the crew for bring back Tempter. Bring back Tempter.
I'll say Damien was handed the crystalline reconstructor. But Damien can hand that off to whoever he wants to if he doesn't want to be the one to use it.
Okay.
Oh no, he's going to be the one to use it.
Okay.
He is far too invested in how this is going to work on an actual living Warforged.
You all gather around and see Tempter. The crack in the crystal has grown about half an inch. And Tempter.
Terra, we told you to be careful.
We literally just had Tempter stand around for most of the time.
Then wait, how did the crack grow then?
I don't know, I wasn't looking at it. I think it just did that.
Whatever.
So,
I took my hair away again.
Bald.
Damien, you have this item. It was given to you on this like small little like hand pillow, and it has a black cloth draped over it. You've taken a peek, and you pull it out to show everyone. It is this weird spiky crystal. It almost like it is this like circular crystal with like sharp pencil-like points piercing out of it in multiple directions. The crystal itself is multicolored. It's at first it's yellow, but then you see shades of orange and red, and you like shift it and it catches the light, and you see like blues and purples, and like it's this weird multicolor crystal that when you look at it at different angles, it looks like different colors. And you hold this, Damien. This is odd. This is an odd item. It is very magical. And with your expertise and knowing whose collection it came from, this is very cursed.
Oh, lovely.
Cool.
We love a cursed item. We love a cursed
Love a
item.
cursed item.
And you're gonna use it on me. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. What else are we gonna do? Not use it on you?
You know
Yeah,
what?
ignore you?
Let's do it. Nothing will go wrong.
Yeah, no, nothing.
Absolutely nothing could go wrong.
Nothing
Absolutely
could
nothing could go wrong.
possibly go wrong in this scenario.
No,
It
no.
has
Ever.
You know, it has the powers to fix any non-magical item with no drawback. But it's when it's used on magical items, it perfectly fixes the magical items, and there's no drawbacks to the magical items. But it has a chance of placing a curse on the user.
Mm.
Oh.
Hmm.
So, what do you do?
I'm using it on Sensor.
You're gonna use
He
it?
has the. Do I have to use both hands for it?
No, you can just use one hand.
Okay, he has one hand using it. The other hand is with a pen in journal, writing down everything he's noticing.
Okay. First of all, as you are starting to channel it, it is a it takes a minute to activate. And so you are slowly channeling the item and directing its power towards the crystal, and you actually you take one of the points and press it against the Warforged crystal, and as it goes, the crystalline reconstructor shines this like rainbow light that is shooting out, spinning in multiple directions as you use it. And you see slowly that crack is like slowly sealing as the minute goes by. First of all, I'm going to need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Mm.
Ooh.
You're trying to beat a 16.
Hmm.
Oh, fun.
That's a dirty, dirty 20.
Okay.
Nasty, dirty 20.
Nasty.
Ah!
20.
Nasty 20.
The crystal continues to seal. It's about a fifth of the way done. I need a second Constitution saving throw. As this the continual use. Oh, second one. Okay.
That's a 22 for you.
Yeah.
Damn.
Second one
Oh.
saves. It continues to seal, and as this crystal is starting to warm up in your hand. Normally, in the times you've seen this get used, you've seen this used once or twice. It normally is faster than this. This seems to be a much more complex magical item it's trying to fix. So I'm going to need a third Constitution saving throw.
Yay. Failing now. 23.
3. Okay.
Wow.
Ooh. Yummy.
You are rolling deliciously.
Damn.
The crack is over.
It was me.
The crack is over halfway sealed, and it continues. I need a 4th Constitution saving.
Damn.
Wow, okay.
Oh my god.
It's
Okay,
five.
you're
five
like
in
really
total.
determined
Oh.
to
You
curse
just
this
want
man
to
right
keep
now.
rolling.
It's 5 in total.
Listen.
Yeah. Just keep knocking it out of the park. Yeah.
He's gonna keep going until you finish.
No.
Exactly.
It was 5 con saves. I said it from the beginning. It was 5 saves. And each save does a different thing. So, continuing on, the crack is almost fully sealed. The crystal is hot in your hand now. I need one final con saving throw.
Oh no.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay. You watch as the crystal finally seals. The item in your hand is red hot to the touch, and you go to place it down on the table, and the spikes on it jut out a few more centimeters as it's in your hand and pierces your hand. Your hand starts to bleed. You are inflicted with slimy doom. You have
I'm sorry, did you just say goo?
slimy doom.
Not
Okay.
the slime again.
I was
Uh,
gonna
we
say.
We just fixed this problem.
So
I don't have my character sheet right now, but I'm pretty sure I have removed curse. So we should be fine.
nice. Slimy doom. The creature begins to bleed uncontrollably. The creature has disadvantage on con checks and con saving throws. In addition, whenever the creature takes damage, it is stunned until the end of its next turn. It is a part of the contagion spell, and the curse lasts for 7 days.
Oh, I love contagion.
Each
that's good.
con save was a different part of the 5. Like, there's 5 types of contagion spells. Each one was a different one of the contagion spell.
Damn.
Damn.
But hey, you succeeded against the filth, fever, flesh rot, mind, fire, and seizure.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh.
So you're fine.
Okay,
Really
this is
fine, yeah.
nothing.
Mhm.
It's fine.
You wrap your
Nothing wrong at all.
Yeah, you wrap your hand. You have been inflicted with a curse. It's not your first time being inflicted with a curse. You know what this
Oh
feels
no.
like. And roll an Arcana check.
That's a 27.
Oh yeah. You recognize this as part of the contagion curse. You know it'll go away in 7 days, or you can get it removed.
I don't suppose any of you have remove curse handy.
One moment. Let me check. I might. There's a
No
chance.
biggie if
There's
not.
always
This
a
is
chance.
just annoying.
I'm pretty sure I do, but I would need to prepare it the next day.
Contagion is a very irritating curse to deal with. And thankfully, this isn't a very inconvenient one.
I
What level are
apologize,
we?
but not in this form.
What level are we again?
11.
11.
11, I think.
Cool. I'm just gonna check the druid spell list because I have access to all those spells.
Yeah, I believe you do get remove curse.
Yeah.
Oh, it's attached to me here. I don't want it attached to me here.
Yeah.
We could just get a little bit of a... And he's gonna, like, hold his hand up, still bleeding, like...
We can. If you want to say, we can say Misty prepared remove curse, especially since you were dealing with cursed objects in Arctis.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
What level? I don't know if I have it though, so I'm double checking.
It's a third level
Druids
spell.
should have Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
if
sure
it's
this
third
is
level,
real.
then yeah.
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 Um,
It's
Uh,
not a druid spell.
it's not a druid spell?
It's not?
Hold on. I need to double check because for some fucking reason.
No, I'm not seeing it in the druid spell list.
No, it's not a druid spell.
It's not. I just looked it up.
It's not.
It's
Damn.
cleric, paladin,
Oh.
warlock, or wizard.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm remembering it from Misty or from Daisy.
Hmm.
Well,
No,
That's
sorry,
not-
get wrecked.
I mean, hey, you could always go to the magma branch and get it removed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could.
Or-
yeah.
They got a bunch of clerics. But
yeah.
the crack in the core seals, and you all watch Tempter's eye goes dark. And you all gather around and look, watching, waiting. The core flickers and then grows bright, and you see Tempter's eye flickers back on and is yellow.
I almost just instinctually
Oh,
said
my
Tempter dies. The crystal's gone.
Tempter, welcome back.
Tempter awakens, but they're not up. They've not moved, but they're moving their head around, looking at everyone, looking at them. And what happened? Why are you all looking at me?
Oh, buddy.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay, so
buddy.
Tempter, are you like okay, or are you still like
you're so
factory
weird about it.
settings? Are you still like factory settings, Tempter? Please tell me you're okay, because then I can go grab Valius and
What?
get it out of the
Valius?
puddle.
Wait, Valius. Valius?
Yeah, okay, so you're okay. I'm gonna go grab Valius real quick. And Cleo goes outside to go unpuddle Valius.
How long has it been? I remember flashes. What happened? We killed the Ublex, made it back. What happened? Where's my stuff? Where's my stuff?
Cleo's outside getting Valius.
I have no idea.
Not that. I think
The
you
Moon
owe me a
Wizard, you
couple
have some-
answers or questions.
Moon Wizard, you have some of.
Is that Damien or
other
Prar
stuff.
speaking? I couldn't
That's
tell.
Damien.
I
That's
do
Damien.
have some of Tempter's stuff, don't I, in my beard for safekeeping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Tempter, I have some of your stuff.
And Tempter's like gonna like grip Moon Wizard's shoulder and just be like, please give it back.
It was only for safekeeping. I didn't want anybody else to steal it. I promise I wouldn't steal it. Never in the world. Never, ever, forever.
Cleo comes in with Valius, who is still like slightly puddle, and then sees like Tempter up and moving again. And Valius runs up and grips Tempter's shoulders really hard, and is like, Tempter.
And then Tempter is gonna like grip Valius' shoulders just as hard. So you're like, Valius,
And then Valius shakes Tempter.
please stop, please stop.
I apologize.
Tempter's going to hug Valius.
Valius hugs Tempter back.
I thought you...
And it goes clank.
Valius is gonna
No, I got the perfect thing. They hug and it goes.
Valius.
That's
Valius
not
is gonna
right.
Pick up
Wait.
Tempter and spin Tempter around.
Oh my god.
I was just like, I
Wait,
thought...
hold on.
There we go.
Valius spins Tempter a bit too much and like lets go. Tempter goes flying, and that's what makes that noise. No, I was just like, I thought you had died.
I thought I had died too. Well,
That's
don't
don't say that. Don't make that noise.
It was a very complicated situation.
I can believe that.
But we are alive and
We
here,
are.
and it's thanks to
I need-
this strange one.
Pointing at who are we pointing at? Strange one
Um,
can mean literally any of them.
The entire party.
It's gonna be pointing at Cleo.
Cleo, you rescued Valius.
Well, it's been a long time plan of mine.
Thank you.
You should have seen Valius the way it decked the Archduke as soon as it woke up. It was fantastic.
And the Archduke is who had kept you restrained?
Not the one who initially put me in there, but kept me in there for a very long time. Ha ha!
Good. Good thing you decked him.
I'm okay. Definitely okay.
We need to tell the others about you. We've believed you've been dead for so long.
Oh yes,
Where's my sending stone to Spring? Who has it? Moonwizard, do you have it?
yeah, Cleo pipes
do
up and
I
is like,
have
yes,
it?
Moonwizard. Does Moonwizard have it?
Because Moonwizard said he
Yeah.
has some of Tender stuff, so that's why Tender's like,
Yeah.
Moonwizard?
Yeah,
Moonwizard.
Moonwizard does have that. I have a few of your other items, but there is one thing that I assume Damien has already said that he wishes to speak with you about.
And
Yes. Quite.
then let us talk, but please, would you give me some time? I do not know what has happened to me in the time that I've been gone, and I would like things to be filled in. Plus, it has been some time since I've seen Valius.
Ha! What I was told, is that your core was cracked, which was
It
quite
was.
distressing. Yes,
That is
I
distressing.
did not like hearing that.
And like now that things have like settled down, Tether is gonna look Valius up and down and say, "Gods, you're shiny."
I know. Also,
You-
look what they did to me.
What? Why? You said Valius wasn't silver initially, right?
Valius was initially a dark steel.
Okay, yeah. Why are you silver?
I was polished a lot.
I see.
So much. They also they put gold detailing on me and carved into my armor to make me seem more valiant.
I'm terribly sorry.
I have a man I need to kill.
Well, speaking
But-
of, Damien's going to pull out Sending Stone and just sort of like hold it towards Valius. Do you ever
Yes.
need a little bit of help with that? I'll be glad to
Thank
pop
you.
by.
I really do appreciate this. Yes, no. I promised the
Yes,
king
no.
that I would.
D&D.
I promised the king I would not cause trouble in that manner until while they were king. While she's king. But people die.
People die, you know.
Kings are not always kings. And I will kill that man. But before then, I have another man to kill. Unless he's already dead.
Do you wish to kill?
The man who
Besides-
sold me.
Oh dear.
That is fair. That
That
is
is
fair.
understandable.
Just a tiny bit of murder and a little bit of revenge and a few graves to see. Also, I am so glad you did not see what the Archduke had. Because, I don't think that mission would have been successful if there was another Warforged there. I'm not going to lie. Things probably would have gotten out of hand very quickly.
What else did the Archduke have? I already know he had you, of course, and a core. And Tempter says like that very despairingly.
Yes. That was not all he's added to his collection.
Oh. No.
4 others.
4?
Yes, they're just bits and pieces of them, but
Oh.
4.
He does make a very good job of making it look like it's not 4, though.
He does do a very good job of making it not look like it's 4.
Just enough pieces to make it look like one Warforged, despite it being
Yes.
4.
Yes. And with just enough damage, too.
Horrendous.
Horrific, man. I don't understand why these Asimir are so gruesome to... I've never had a good experience with one, personally.
Tempter kind of just like looks to Cleo and looks back to Valleys, but like doesn't say anything.
Damien's also looking at Cleo.
Cleo's just
Right.
like standing there, like, You know, Cleo's just like, I've also never really had any good experiences with Asimir.
Yeah, so during this conversation, Tara dipped, and it's about like early on in this conversation, and then it's about this time she comes back, and she just is like walking into Freak Swords with another person, and you all see, some of you recognize this figure, some of you don't. This very tall, muscular half orc who is wearing khaki shorts and like a button-up white top. And
Was it Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Jimmy!
Wait, I gotta find his reference. I have his reference image. I have his reference image.
And he has his postal bag slung over his shoulder, and he kind of like comes in and is like, "Hello?
Whoa!
I got
Oh,
dragged
greetings.
here. Someone's curse."
Oh, great. I'd love to not have to deal with this for 7 days. Last time was an absolute ball ache.
Yeah, no, come here. And like you see, he like reaches into his bag, pulls out some components, and like takes a look at the wound, opens it up, and is like, okay.
Jimmy Art posted.
Jimmy Art.
Yes.
Jimmy!
Art.
I love how characters Tara and Vaughn don't have any art, but Jimmy.
Jimmy has
Jimmy,
art.
obviously. Jimmy deserves art.
Jimmy deserves art.
Tara.
And
Right.
I really should pick up Remove Curse at some point. Do you have a scroll I could copy?
I don't really do scrolls. I get my powers from my god, and he holds his hand to his heart and looks up to the sky for a second, and then he's like, but I could see what I could do.
Cleo's just like,
That'd be
oh my
lovely."
goodness, I forgot. I try and avoid devout clerics.
Oh,
Ah.
I mean,
There's like a general disgust.
listen, my god's just here to deliver mail. It's Jones,
Yeah.
the fire.
Yeah, no, I'm aware of who your god is.
Barbecue and foot massage.
And what your god
Hey, you get negative advantage. You get negative advantage. Fuck you.
Negative
advantage.
Negative advantage?
Yeah,
Oh my
You
god.
get disadvantage at your next roll.
Negative inspiration.
Negative inspiration.
Yes, that's what you mean. Negative
You get
inspiration.
hate inspiration.
Not again.
Blah 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 blah.
Just
I'm not
kidding.
able to say something.
Oh my gosh.
That's fine, no
Okay.
Wait, Zoe, what were you saying?
I was asking if I could say something. It's hard to get a word in because my mic is really bad.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, yeah.
What's good? What's up?
You're good.
Should someone mention to Hunter that their friend Misty or Daisy is missing?
Sorry, say that again.
Oh, right.
No, that
yes,
was was in person. That was in character. Huh?
Sorry, what did you say about Daisy?
Yes.
yes,
I
right.
think I misheard you.
Daisy's missing.
Missing?
You can see, despite Tempter not having facial expressions, you can see so many facial expressions just go across Tempter, you know, and they're just like,
Per was like sat
Yeah.
at the bar. He has now stood up and like walking over.
and Tempter is going to like place both hands on Misty and say, "What happened to her?"
Not sure. Apparently, the bird one who's hanging out with the other bird one, was saying that, the bunny one went, hoppity hop after we told them about you. Your predicament.
Oh dear. Well, she wasn't kidnapped again. That's good. So she left on her own volition.
Again.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Uh,
oh my.
Jimmy pipes up and is like, I could send your friend a message.
Would you?
That would be nice.
Yeah, if you could just like describe if you have a picture, or if you can create an illusion of the.
Or it's gonna minor illusion.
Well, you guys, yeah, no, he's Jimmy's met Daisy.
Jimmy has met Daisy. You're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
How concerning would
Daisy
it have been if
definitely flirted
Tempter
with
had just
Jimmy.
pulled out Daisy's hair? Because that is something Daisy gave to Tempter.
I forgot about that.
That too, that too.
Your friend, the bunny ears and very flirty.
Yes, that's one.
Okay. Yeah. Let me. You see, he's like just finished removing the curse on. He's just finished removing the curse on Damien and is now wrapping your hand in like bandages properly, and he like just like puts a hand over his heart, and like you see his eyes like flash orange, like this like bright fiery light, and it just speaks out and like looks at you like, what do you want to say?
Oh,
25 words.
that's me. 25 words. I'm just like, Daisy, I'm all better now. Thanks to the party. I hope you are safe. I heard that you left Tikek and the doctor. I don't know what else to say after that. I am alright.
Okay. He repeats.
I wasn't counting. I'm just gonna assume that's 25.
He repeats what you say back, and then a few seconds later, he gets a response. Zoe, do you want to type in chat, or say out loud what Zoe's response is?
Daisy's?
Daisy. In the meantime,
That's a good question.
I have an idea for where Daisy's been, if you're okay with it.
What is it?
I had assumed that Daisy is heading back to Tialis and is making her way there through the Feywild.
That's what I thought as well, actually.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, while she was trying to get back, she accidentally fell into another fate portal.
God damn it, Daisy, not again!
Oh my god.
Daisy!
Okay, I am okay. Fell through another portal.
Oh my god.
I've been here a little too long.
Oh dear.
Things are happening.
Not another side quest!
I don't know how many words that is.
And we'll discuss what exactly that's been before next time.
It's Daisy. You know she's cryptic. Cryptic.
I mean, she's also
AKA,
cryptic, but...
yeah.
We'll talk. But yeah, Jimmy repeats all that out loud to you.
Well, that sounds exactly like what she would do. She is likely safe, but what the Feywilds do are never sure.
Well,
Okay.
Well,
Moon Wizard, do you have Spring Sending Stone?
do I?
Yes, you do.
I do. Yes, I do. I rummage around in my beard, and you can hear like clinking, and like there's like a cat, like an angry cat snarling in there, and like then there's like a car crash noise, and then I pull out the sending stone.
And Tempter's going to take it from you and use it. Greetings, Spring. I'm alive. I'm okay. Thanks to the thanks to
I'm
the
also here.
Valius is alive. He's also here. We are safe. We await to see you again.
That was 25 words. You get an immediate response. Tempter! Holy shit, you're okay. Fuck, okay, fuck, Valius? What? Huh? Think fuck, you gotta tell me what happened. Holy shit, I'm, fuck, yeah. That's it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
She sounds the same.
didn't you mention
It does.
another person, Warforged, back in the Fuckfaces?
Oh, who else did you mention?
Sorry.
Cleo pipes up. Oh,
That's Ace.
wait.
It was Ace
Huh?
and Servi.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, yes, I mentioned Ace and Servi, just as a pull Valius out of the depths of darkness and depression.
I
Ace.
did have some questions for Valius about that. Later.
Tempter turns to Valius and says, "Oh, Ace actually lives here on the continent. He lives in Cylon.
Cylon.
In Cylon. And as for Servi, I actually do not know where it is."
Ace is not a warforged I'm familiar with, but
Oh, I thought you
I
were.
would-
I thought you were a little familiar with Ace.
No.
Okay.
no, but I would gladly meet them, whoever they are, and potentially, maybe I knew them before they were Ace.
Perhaps. Ace is like me, and Tempter gestures to their arm.
Ah, yes.
Then you have definitely met Ace just before Ace was Ace.
Yes, just before Ace was Ace. Yeah.
I would request that all my other belongings be returned to me, please.
Cleo's just like, yes. Once again, I have some of your items that I have some questions about. But Damien has one of the items that was on your person and has more questions about it.
Yes. I have a lot of questions about that one.
But I
I'm
will return to you
sure.
what I have.
Thank you.
And Cleo returns what they have.
Which is
Uh,
the God Cube and the emblem.
Oh, and you can
Yes.
see Cleo is like trying really, really hard not to touch the cube. They're just like, here's your slimy god cube.
Thank you. And then, like, Tempter's gonna, like, make sure that the brooch, the pin, is, still safe.
It is safe. Nothing's been done to it.
Okay. And then place it back in their chest.
I also forgot that you guys. Wait, no. The sending stone to Daisy is with Tekek. I was gonna say you guys had a sending stone to Daisy, but no, that's with the Tekek and the doctor.
Yep.
Um,
They can get left in the dark. Teehee. No, I'm kidding.
uh, um, do we want to continue the conversation with Damien this session or call it here because it's already
I think call it here because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
we've been going almost
Yes.
for 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
But thank you all for stopping by. We got the gang back together.
We're getting the gang
got
back
the gang
together.
Got the gang back together.
I forgot how like mildly difficult it is to play 2 characters.
Hey, remember?
But also it's made harder by me being hungry.
Hey, remember when I DM'd the 7 political figures from the Silent Council all talking to each other?
Yeah.
I wanted that was rough. But
She's like,
anyways.
yes, this person needs to respond. Right, yes, I'm that person.
Yes. But thank you all for stopping by. It's been wonderful, and I will see you all next week. Bye.
Bye.